Hey, Tyler Day here. Hope everybody's doing well. Just wanted to come at you today with a video. I know I haven't been releasing much content, so I just want to get back in the regular routine of just dropping some videos for you guys. I'm not quite exactly sure on what the format's going to be, but I'm thinking just some more casual talk about just sort of what's going on in life and business, and try to help you guys out with some of the lessons that I've learned over the years and just dealing with things. So everything's been going well on our end. We just had a very turbulent month of June. So basically, one thing that happened in our business was we're running mainly Facebook ads. And when we're running Facebook ads, we're usually looking to run them through agency accounts. Reason being is because it's just a little bit easier to get spending on them quickly. It's a little bit difficult to get your own agency accounts, So one thing that we do is we rent agency accounts from other companies that provide agency accounts as a service. And we're working with this one company in particular who, I'm not going to name the name of it, but basically we were running about 90% of our ad spend through them. We were having to pay a fee, like a broker fee for running the ad spend. It was a good deal because we were paying like 0% on our ad spend to run through like hundreds of these accounts with very large budgets right off the bat and minimal warm up and less shutdowns, and everything was running smooth for the past 6 months, a year through these accounts. And then all of a sudden, we caught word that this company was basically going under. I don't know exactly what the reasoning is or what, but anyways, they just sort of abruptly closed up shop, and we were kind of left scrambling because we just had a lot of our eggs in this one particular basket, and it was very turbulent, just like trying to migrate all these different campaigns and budgets over to various new providers that like we hadn't worked with yet, or pay more in broker fees than we wanted to and whatnot, just to get campaigns back up and running, and then sort of like reassess our next move from here. So, I mean, it sounds chaotic, like having to migrate hundreds of ad accounts, the entire business, shuffling things over across accounts where, who knows what the performance is going to be in some of these accounts when they get up and running again, and just sort of chaos, right? But to be honest with you guys, like, this has been a lot of what running a business is like. I mean, every day, whatever can go wrong will go wrong, right? So you need to sort of embrace the chaos, and you need to learn how to thrive in the chaos. And I think that's a big focus that I want to talk about here today is how do you thrive in the chaos, right? So we've gone through a lot of chaotic periods of time in the past handful of years. The pinnacle of the chaos probably being when the pandemic happened, and in our business, call centers were shut down. The ad budgets went to zero. We had no idea when things were going to turn back on. We were just starting to scale with like a lot of hiring and blah blah blah, and managed to make it through that. And then we ended up having 500% growth year over year the year following that. So I want to talk a little bit about just how I deal with the chaos and how I've learned to quote unquote thrive in the chaos. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to expect the chaos. Like I said, like, this isn't uncharacteristic of stuff like this happening in our business. Like, I think, whether it be an ad campaign that we're running like abruptly stops working for whatever reason, or some massive infrastructure shift needs to happen, like us moving all these campaigns over to different accounts and this and that. We've had to deal with something like this, like probably like at least once a year, if not every 6 months in business, and and it takes months to work through it all, and it's quite chaotic. Another example of this would have been like in 2020, our biggest campaign was running mortgage refinance because the rates were so low, And then within a 2 month period of time, like in 2021 or two, I forget exactly when they started hiking the rates, but they hiked the interest rates up so dramatically in a 2 month period of time that the mortgage refinance campaign that we were running like completely just stopped performing. And that was like our biggest breadwinner at the time, right? So we were just scrambling to then replace it with other campaigns, and then we still managed to have a huge year of growth following that. So we've gone through all these like chaotic periods of times, and I've learned a lot of ways of sort of dealing with this. And the first thing, like I said, is expecting the chaos. The second thing that you need to do is you need to have some sort of personal base routine in your life, because a lot of this chaotic stuff that happens, it just sort of is what it is. It's going to happen, it's going to happen, right? So it all comes down to you and how you're steering the ship. And a lot of it comes down to your mindset. A lot of it comes down to your habits. A lot of it comes down to just how stable you are as an individual to be able to handle this level of turbulence in your business and in your life. So one thing that I would really recommend doing first and foremost is having an anchor to your day in the form of a workout routine. So if you don't have a workout routine already, I recommend lifting weights. Look up some weightlifting workouts and start to get into the gym on a consistent basis. Like four workouts a week to start would be a good starting place. And just having this sort of anchor to your day, whether it's before work, after work, morning, night, it doesn't matter necessarily, but just having something difficult that every day you're achieving, right? And throughout that process of doing this difficult thing that you don't want to do every day, the last thing I want to do after work some days is go into a crowded gym where, there's just every machine is packed and I have to do leg day and I'm sitting there on the leg extension machine having to bang out, 10 consecutive sets of leg extensions and then move on to some other workout, right? It's the last thing I want to do. But throughout this process of repeatedly doing these things that I don't want to do every day, I'm building up this sort of muscle where I'm proving to myself that I can do hard stuff on a daily basis and I can get through it. And that same sort of mentality of forcing yourself through a hard workout you don't want to do applies to any other area of your life, whether it be putting work in your relationship, putting the work that you need to put in your business, so on and so forth, right? So just having that routine in your day is going to help a lot, not to mention just the physical effects on your body of just having a clear head after you work out, being healthier, stronger, all of that plays in to this too. So a big part of thriving in the chaos is managing yourself efficiently. And, I think if a good starting point for that is just a simple workout routine on a daily basis. The next thing that you need to do in order to thrive in the chaos is to expect the unexpected and to never get too comfortable, right? So even though 90% of our ad spend was in this one provider's infrastructure under this one company who's, giving us these accounts, these agency accounts, we still had a few other providers that maybe didn't have as favorable fee structures, like we had to pay a percent of fee of the ad spend to use them, but we still had them in the background, right? So it's not like we were completely relying on this one single point of failure. It was just like a lot of chaos to like migrate over to these other accounts. And, even these accounts here, I'm not really trying to, have all of our ad spend just go through these couple providers that are charging us these fees. Now I'm working on a whole new infrastructure of like personal profile setups where we don't have to pay the fee, where, we're using other people's accounts and building them up slowly and, having a more diverse structure in that sense, which is like something that we've done in the past, but it's something that I'm working on now setting up for my entire media buying team, which isn't an easy feat. So anyways, never get too comfortable, always be thinking about what that point of failure could be, whether it be you're spending too much in a single vertical in a single ad campaign for a single buyer, whether it be you're running all your traffic through one traffic source. I'm a big fan of sort of like concentrating in what works, right? So like when these ad accounts were working for us, yeah, we had 90% of our spend going through them because the accounts are super reliable. They're not charging us any fee of the ad spend, which adds up tremendously. So we were concentrating through them, but in the back of our minds, we were sort of prepared for this event of this one single provider of accounts going under, or any number one of these things happening in our business. And within just a week period of time, we were able to replace everything that we were running on different accounts and basically have no loss in revenue. I mean, for other people, this could have been a month-long derail of trying to figure out who other providers are for agency accounts, or build things up through their own ad accounts or personal profiles, which take time to warm up, and so on and so forth. It could have been a disaster had we not been prepared for this, and mentally it was like any other day of work for me. I mean, days where it was 10 out of 10 chaos and just going about it like it's an everyday occurrence, and just dealing with it and fixing the problem and moving forward because we were prepared, and we've done the work that we need to do in our mindset to just be calm and collected in these sort of like chaotic scenarios, right? So that's it. That's kind of the lesson for today. Just 3 simple things that you can do to thrive in the chaos, so to speak. I hope you guys are doing well. Comment and like the video. Comment below on some topics that you'd like to hear me talk about. I think I'd like to just start focusing a little bit more on like the mindset side of things, without going into exact details about, what client we're running ads for and like, stuff that's proprietary to our business, just helping you guys sort of navigate through this crazy world of affiliate marketing. And I want to help you guys. I don't want to leave you guys out there to dry. So give this video a like, give the channel a subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.